What's going on YouTube? My name is Martin, you're watching WP Shout, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how you can add a donation form to your WordPress site in only a few minutes. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to break it up into 4 phases. In the first phase, we're going to install a free WordPress plugin. That plugin also has an optional premium version, but everything that we need is available in the free version. In the second phase, we're going to connect that plugin to a Stripe account. Now, the first and second phase are actually interchangeable because you can go on stripe.com beforehand, create your Stripe account, and then during the setup process of the plugin, connect it that way. Or when you do install the plugin, during the setup wizard, it'll prompt you as the very first step to either connect or create a Stripe account. So again, those are interchangeable. In the third phase, we're going to create the actual donation form and customize it. And then finally, in the fourth phase, we're going to add the donation form to our desired page or post in WordPress. All right, are you ready? Let's get down to business, shall we? So here you have a standard WordPress site. We're going to go to the WordPress dashboard, the admin dashboard up here on the top left. And then from here, what we're going to do is install a plugin called WP Full Pay. And WP Full Pay is how we're going to set up our donation form. So this is just like installing any other plugin. You go to plugins, then click add plugin. On the top right, type in WP Full Pay and give it a few seconds. It'll populate. And you see it's this one right here, Stripe Payment Forms by WP Full Pay. Click on Install Now, wait a few seconds, and click Activate. And you see you'll be brought into the setup wizard. So this is the setup wizard I mentioned earlier, where it's going to ask you to connect to Stripe. So if you already created your Stripe account ahead of time, you'll be able to connect right away with your email address. If not, you can create a Stripe account during this process. So you can click Connect with Stripe. And here you see it even tells you have a Stripe account, you can use the same email. So basically whatever account you created your Stripe account with, or whatever email address you used, you would put that here. If you didn't make one yet, you would just put in whatever your email is or whatever email you want to use, and then you would click Submit. And that would take you to the setup process where you would add all of your business information, as I mentioned earlier. So the nice thing about WP Full Pay though is that you can actually set everything up prior to connecting your Stripe account. Now you'll obviously have to go back in and do it if you don't want to do it at this stage, but we can do all the other steps, which I'm going to show you right now. So we're going to click Skip this form. Then basically it's going to bring you to the next step of the setup wizard, step 2 of 3. Receive expert guidance on optimizing your payment forms for maximum conversions and revenue growth. You can put your email address here if you want and get some tips. If you don't want, you can just click skip this step, and that's it. Pretty easy, right? So you can get right into creating the donation form. Click on create payment form, and that'll bring you right into the form builder. Now, let's say you exited the setup wizard for whatever reason and you went back to your dashboard here where you didn't click that create payment form button. You can easily get to it. Just go to Full Pay on the left-hand side menu and then click on payment forms. And here you're just going to click add form, and that will bring you back to the screen that we were just on. Now, here is the basic setup that you have to choose for your form. So the very first thing at the top is the display name. What do you want your form to be called? Now I've done this a couple times already, so my browser already has some names saved. You can see I start typing donate and it already has donate to our cause. So I'll do that. Next is the identifier. For the identifier, I would just keep this short. So if you plan on having multiple donation forms for different causes or different fundraisers, you can always number them. So you could do like donate 1, then you could do donate 2, donate 3, but just keep it short and sweet. Next, form type is obviously donation, and form layout. So what's the difference between these two? Inline is basically going to show the entire payment form where people pretty much put all of the information and they can complete their entire transaction on your website where the form is located. Checkout is when you don't have as much screen real estate and you just want something small where people can start the process, but then they continue and finish the actual payment part where they give their credit card information and everything else on Stripe. So they'll be redirected to Stripe and they'll complete the payment there. Click Create and Edit Form. And now we are brought to the actual form builder. So first thing you'll notice is that there are several tabs at the top. There's General, there's Payment, Appearance, Form Fields, Email Notifications, and Webhook. We are not going to look at Webhook, that's just for developers. General, we pretty much already did. The only thing is, what do you want your customers or your donators to see after they give you the donation? I would leave this as the default, just because we're trying to complete this as quickly as possible, which is that they're just going to get a confirmation message. Later on, when you have time, you can always make a custom thank you page and choose one of the other ones. Next, we click on Payment. Here you can choose your currency. So there's lots and lots of different currencies to choose from. We'll keep it at US dollar for now. And there's a section for suggested donation amounts, which is really useful because sometimes people don't know how much they should donate. This kind of gives them a quick, easy way to click, okay, yeah, $1 seems good or $2 seems good. I probably wouldn't have this many, but it's easy to delete some, right? So you can delete $5, delete, you can delete $100, and then let's say there's an amount that's not here that you want to add, you can always click here, add suggested donation amount, and then put your own. So you could put $3, and now $3 is here, and you can shuffle them easily as well. So just click and drag, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 10, and 20. Next is allow custom amount to be entered. I would almost absolutely have this because it lets people just donate whatever they want. Next is donation frequencies. For donation frequencies, this is a way to get recurring donations. You could do monthly or annual. You can also do one time, so you can allow people just to give you a one-time donation. Generate invoice. This is something I would turn on so that they can use it, because a lot of people use this for a tax deduction as well when they make a donation. So I would click yes here. Next is appearance. Here's where you can kind of fine tune the way you want the form to look. Now you can get really geeked out here and spend a very long time making it super customized, which you can absolutely do. WP Full Pay has an excellent docs library that pretty much just goes over every single aspect of the plugin. So you can do that here and learn more. For locale, I would also leave this checked off because it basically means that all the global settings for wherever the person is located are just going to be pulled from that person's system, their operating system. And the other stuff is pretty self-explanatory. Form submit button, donate, that's just what the button's gonna say. So you can leave that as donate. And the product name, I would make this very short and simple, like donation to animal shelter, or whatever it is that they're donating to. Next is form fields. Here you want to capture their billing address and their shipping address, depending on what it is you're doing. I would definitely do billing address, maybe not shipping address, because they're making a donation. Unless you're sending them a gift afterwards, you probably don't need their shipping address. Terms of service, this is optional. If you're in a hurry, you obviously don't need to do it. Probably over time, you do want to add a terms of service just because it's best practice. But initially, if you want, you can uncheck it unless you already have a terms of service prepared. In that case, you can check it off. Next is fee recovery. So fee recovery is a way for you to pass on the charge that credit cards charge, the transaction processing fee. It's a way for you to pass that on to the actual person making the donation. Email notifications is next. So here you can choose from 2 different kinds or both. Basically, you can have the person making the donation get a receipt from the WP Full Pay plugin. You can also have them get a receipt from Stripe directly. You can see I just enabled both. It's up to you which one you want to send. You can obviously send both if you'd like. And when you're all set, when you think everything looks good, you can click on preview. And this is what your form will look like. So you see here are the suggested donate amounts that I left. Here's the donation frequency. email address, cardholder name. Here they're putting all the credit card information, and they click donate. Okay, so after you finish creating your form, you'll be brought back to the payment forms here, and you'll see your form on the list. And the way you add it to a page or post is this short code here. So all you have to do is click into the field where it has the short code, and you'll see the plugin will tell you short code copied to clipboard. Then go to the page or post that you want to add it to. So for example, we'll do a page. We'll go to pages, and let's say I want to add it to the home page. I'll go to home, click edit. So I made this placeholder section to add the donation, which is here, donate now. You can see I wrote place short code here. So we're going to actually delete this, and we are going to add a short code. And then all you do is paste the short code into the shortcode box. Then click save on the top right and click on view page. Now I made this a link to take me to that section, make a donation. Let's click it and look at here. Our form is now embedded onto the page. Pretty easy, right? And that brings us to the end of the video. Now, keep in mind, I didn't show you every single little thing you can do with WP Full Pay, but the beauty of the plugin is that it's both simple and optionally complex. And what I mean by that is it makes it very easy to get started very quickly. As you saw, it only took me maybe 7 or 8 minutes to create a basic donation form and to embed it onto a page. And you can follow the same process and be done just as quickly. However, you're probably going to want to customize it a little bit more to make the buttons look like the colors of your website, things of that nature. And you can absolutely do that. It's very easy. All you have to do is follow the instructions in the docs, which again, the link for that is in the video description. Other than that, I hope you found this helpful. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to help you out. And make sure you subscribe to the channel because there's more content coming soon.